Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us.
Hey everybody, welcome in to a brand new edition of Kicking It with Isaiah and Ace. Yes, I am the opener of the show tonight. I haven't done this in about like 5 months, but I want to thank my co-host on the left-hand side for trusting me with this responsibility. So thank you, Ace. But welcome in to Kicking It with Isaiah and Ace here on the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. Hope all of you guys are having a wonderful Saturday night. I know we're doing this show a little bit later than usual, but hey, it's going to be a tremendous show here tonight. But Ace, before we get into the show, before I hand the reins over to you, how are you doing tonight?
You know what? I'm doing great. Thank you for doing that intro here. I finally got a chance to sit down and grab some late dinner, so I've kind of been snacking away on the sandwich here. So definitely thank you for that. We already have a comment in the comment section from Callan, which Callan's saying, Isaiah, this is Callan and I'm watching. So he's already letting you know he's already here. So he's here, and then bam, he's already there. So William, this is not really the wrong night. We kind of just had to switch some things around. So right now for Kicking It, currently we're doing it on Saturday nights. So we have it rocking and rolling on that night now. So
Saturday night party, man. That's what it's about.
Absolutely. So tonight, our special guest tonight is none other than the man that's usually backstage. He usually does all of our backstage stuff. He goes by Crispy Bacon. So, Crispy Bacon, how are you doing tonight, my man?
I'm doing good. Not too bad. It's, Saturday night, so not too bad.
We dance to the prancing of a rock and roll. A Saturday night. Yep. Yep, we are right there. All right. So, hopefully, you'll be back to Kicking It on Mania Tuesday. I will be back. Be back this week, Will. I will be there. Definitely will be there on Tuesday this week. I don't have anything going on for work or anything. All right. So, sounds like everybody's week so far has been actually going pretty good. For me personally, I think you guys saw that one kind of like topic that I sent out there and in our section. A very interesting one. I don't know why personally this was something that was like, who came up with this? Now, Isaiah, I know you live in California. I don't even know if you can answer this question. Like, I don't even know if you can personally come out here and answer this question about who came up with it. But basically what it's saying is that California basically just said that bees are now considered fish. They are now considering them fish in California. So I don't know, like this to me like reminds me of like an Isaiah thing, to where Isaiah would be like, yeah, well, I believe that a bee is a fish, so we're gonna say that a bee is a fish. I don't know where this came from. I don't know who decided to call a bee a fish, but that's what they've done. So now in California, you can't call a bee an insect anymore. A bee is now a fish. So it's very interesting. So for anybody who might be out there watching the show for the first time, this is not a sports show. This is simply all just completely random topics. So Isaiah, I'm going to start out with you and tell me, what do you think about this when they're saying that a bee is now considered a fish?
When I first saw that you sent that this afternoon, it kind of made me laugh because I was like, how on earth is a bee a fish, and what in the world is going on? If you name a bee a fish, this could be like the opening of Pandora's box. What is next? Are you gonna call a giraffe a human being just because it's super tall and it can eat and it can walk around? So it made me wonder that. So I hope that this doesn't lead to more weird shenanigans like this down the road. But when I read more about this, bees are considered a fish type of a thing. I read the article about it. So apparently, the reason why that bees now are considered fish is because the judge wrote that a term fish is colloquially, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It is, the definition of fish is not so limited. So basically it is that the term fish is not just for animals that are in the water, but it's like animals that has wings. That's what the judge wrote.
How many fish do you know that have wings?
Well, you have, your dolphins, your sharks,
They don't have wings.
They have that little whatever arm thing that flaps around in the water like this.
The fins.
Those
Fins,
are
yeah,
flippers.
fins.
No, they're
yeah,
considered flippers. They're not.
Yeah.
But they're not wings. Like dolphins aren't going to sprout out from the water and start flying everywhere. They're not. I mean, come on. What's up, Big B? I mean, come on. Like, are you serious? Like, this is crazy.
No, he's not serious.
I do think that the judge has a point. I mean, both bees and fish have arms that go like this.
God.
So it's like they do have a common denominator to them.
So just to give Big B a heads up of what's going on here.
Please do not tell me we're talking about the bee story in California.
Yes, we are.
We are.
What are they smoking?
Right? Like, what's your thoughts on this?
God. Honestly, first I thought maybe it was Isaiah that came up with it, threw it through Congress, and somehow talked them into it. Bees are fish.
Right? Bees are
Last
fish.
time I checked, bees don't go in water, and if they do, they die. Fish, on the other hand, when they come out of water, they don't fly, and they die. So, and we eat fish. We don't eat bees. Well, Isaiah might eat bees. I don't know. That is some of the. Is drugs legal in California?
Weed is.
Okay. So everybody who said that should be drug tested immediately.
To me, it's kind of a fishy situation, and it bugs me.
That's a good one, Chris.
Right. So Chris, do you agree? So before I get to you, quick.
Yeah.
So William Hudson is saying a fish does not have arms. Isaiah, you were talking about a fish has arm thingies. They don't have arms. So William's saying they don't have arms.
I mispronounced the term. It's actually fins, not arms.
So,
I mispronounced fins and arms. That is a TikTok moment right there, Chris.
Yeah.
TikTok moment, definitely right there. All right, Chris, what's your
Yeah.
thoughts on this bees now considered fish?
It's an insect. It's not a fish. I don't know if I need to explain that more to California, but I don't know.
Who first broke this story? Like, do we got a name?
It's everywhere. I found it online, but I think it's probably everywhere.
Yeah, it's just.
Because it would not shock me if Isaiah's name's attached to this. And if it's not, I'm attaching Isaiah's name to this.
It's
Who knows?
legitimately. Go ahead,
Maybe the
Isaiah.
senator that came up with this is my long lost brother. Who knows?
Good one, brother.
It's legitimately one of the dumbest things I've seen. Like
That or is tomato a fruit or a vegetable? I heard that a long time ago. But
Right? So Callan's saying, just when you think people can't get any dumber, here we go. That's the dumbest article I've ever seen. You know
Well,
what?
it's one of them because I remember a few months ago, maybe last summer, I remember you reading an article too about something else that just was like out of the ordinary. And I wish I could recall what it was. I just can't. But I recall something strange, like people were believing.
Oh, was it the
forgot.
jellyfish invasion?
Yeah, something like that. That jellyfish are going to walk on land or something, or
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it was the jellyfish apocalypse. That's
Yeah.
what it was. Yes.
I think this tops it though.
Does it really? I don't know. It's
Well-
debatable because you go the jellyfish apocalypse and then you go now a bee's considered a fish. I don't know. Like you tell me which one's worse. Because at this point, I can't even tell you right now.
I'll tell you right now, if more states adapt that and say yes, they agree with California, I think Isaiah that she needs to run for president or something. I mean,
So William
I wouldn't mind
saying-
running for governor of California. It would. I mean,
So-
you think California's wild now? Imagine if I become governor of California.
oh God.
So
Ducks
William
would be
saying
human
I'm-
beings.
So even William saying he's losing brain cells here. You know what? I completely agree with you. I am too, because just with simple stuff like that, it makes you lose brain cells. Because now Will's saying no one agrees with California. Absolutely nobody agrees with California. Nobody agrees with that. Absolutely not.
You know,
Well,
I
I
would-
kind of do a little bit.
what?
Yeah, about the whole bees and the fish thing. You know,
Yeah,
you guys
come
were
on.
you guys were talking about the bees and fish thing. The thing that bees and fish do have is like the arms and fins that just go like that, like flap around.
Okay, don't flies have that?
Okay, number one though, Isaiah, we've already covered this. They're not arms.
Yes, they're fins.
Okay, they're not arms. A bee has wings. Okay, that's what a bee has.
Don't flies have wings too that flap around? Don't mosquitoes
Yes,
have wings
They
that
have
flap
wings
around?
too. They have wings too.
Why?
Oh,
Okay, but think about this, Isaiah. Dolphins and certain fish that you're talking about are like, oh, they
even
they have-
dolphins has the word fins in it.
what they have are flippers. They have their little flippers. You know that.
Right.
Yeah.
you know, here's a wild, just a take on the whole thing, and you know, maybe because I work at a casino, I might be on something. I don't know. What if we were bees and heard this story, or fish and heard this story? I mean, what would we be thinking? I mean, oh, we're considered fish now.
So-
Okay, we don't swim. I mean,
So William's saying what happened to following the science, and then he's also saying he keeps saying arms. Now Callan brings up a great point. He's like, so instead of saying the birds,
I think you froze.
so he's saying that Callan said instead of saying the birds and the bees, what is it now? The birds and the fish? So yeah, Ace looks like he froze a little bit, but Chris, keep bringing up some of those comments there.
Yeah, so
You know-
we got to that, and Callan's also
You know,
saying-
Tanner's comment: fish and bees both have flappers. Huh? Okay. Yeah, Ace is frozen at the moment.
he just
Okay,
came
he's back, kind of, but we got two Aces.
Yeah, well, I'm back. What I'm waiting for is my laptop just died, so I'm waiting for it to charge. So, anyways, like I was trying to say, it made so Callan made that great point when he
Yep.
said, you know, is it going to be, you know, the birds and the fish now? Like, really?
Yeah, ain't there an old sock too that says the birds and the bees and the flowers
And the flowers
trees?
and the trees? Yeah.
now it's going to be the birds and the fish and the seas and the whatever. I mean, I don't know. I read that. I didn't read the story. I saw the comment. I think Chris put it in, and I'm just
Yeah,
honestly, I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was an Isaiah take for a second there. I was just like, I don't know.
I would not be shocked if they claim that giraffes are human beings soon, because with how everything's going, it's like giraffes are tall, humans are tall. They both got backbones.
Well,
I think both milk their babies with human milk and stuff like that. Not trying to get too much into biology, but
Yeah, that's just weird. But yeah, we can definitely move on to the next thing here. How many of
let's go
you?
ahead.
Yeah, how many of you like roller coasters?
Mm-mm.
Nope.
No,
Scared to
no.
death of them. Nope.
Yeah.
Scared to death of them.
Isaiah's saying, yeah, I don't mind them, but they did have the article out now that Isaiah, correct me where it's at because I don't remember where it happened or whatever. But the people got stranded upside down on the roller coaster because it like got stuck, and so everybody was hanging upside down. Now, to me personally, I don't mind, going to carnivals and fairs and stuff like that. But what's interesting about it is I like adventure, but it's weird. Like I'll do all that, but like the one thing that I'm actually afraid to do, that the wife's been trying to get me to do forever, and it maybe one day, but she's been trying to talk me into like skydiving.
No.
Mm-mm.
Chris, I thought you said you've been skydiving already.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, now we're lying, Chris. This ain't two
No.
truths and a lie. No, I mean, for me, I'm afraid of heights. So there's a roller coaster here in Minnesota called the Wild Thing at Valley Fair.
Mhm.
Big theme park. I went on it, because somebody was kind of teasing me, calling me, different names. I'm like, fine, I'll go on it.
Yeah.
I had the shakes for the next 3 days after that. I can't do it. I don't know how people outside of going on a theme parks, like Disneyland, Valley Fair, Six Flags. I do not know how people go on rides at small county fairs, because those things are put up in a day or two, inspected, and
Well,
I don't know. I just don't think they're safe.
Well, exactly right, but it's like Larry the Cable Guy said with his joke when somebody's like, hey, you want to ride the Ferris wheel? And Larry the Cable Guy's like hell no, they put it up in an hour in the freaking parking lot. I'm not getting on that thing.
Well, the sad thing, a couple years ago, we went to a fair, and the whole fair shut down, blew a breaker somewhere, and there's people on the Ferris wheel for at least a half hour at the top of it, and it's just like, yeah, no, not for me,
Yeah, it's like, don't trust that.
Isaiah, how about you?
I love roller coasters, but I don't like the roller coasters that go upside down, like this one that is in the story. I just can't really stand those because I just have this fear that what if my seatbelt is not like really tight and you're going upside down and you fall out of that thing, you're going like straight down. So that's why I'm really scared of those. But if it's not going upside down, like the one in the story, then I feel like I could handle it. But the thing about theme parks, like we talk about, I mostly go there just to eat, honestly. Like when you go to Disneyland, or I went to Disney World in Florida, I spent probably half of my time eating all the food that was there. You talk about the giant chicken leg that they have, or the Oreo milkshake and stuff. Like I was just like, scrunching down on those type of good foods. Because I was just like, who wants to wait in line? I don't want to spend an hour of my day just standing in line and waiting when I could just go to the nearby restaurant and scrunch down a giant chicken leg.
Right.
So why does it not surprise me? whenever Isaiah talks, it's something about food.
I
Like-
don't know. Probably the first thing he can
Well,
think.
at least he's talking about reasonable foods.
Right.
Yeah, I will give him that. So we actually have a few comments rolling up here. So Tanner's saying, "Do it. Skydiving is super sweet." Will is saying, "This is better than Saturday Night Live."
Live
And
from
then-
New York.
And then Will is also saying, "How about the poor kid that just fell out of the seat a couple months ago?"
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh, that's
I remember
crazy.
these kind of things happen though. You know, either people fall out of their seats, the machine, the rides get stuck, the
Yep.
rides break down.
Yep.
I mean, you kind of see all this stuff happen that I'm like, how? Like, how?
Well, it's just like videos I've seen, like the slingshot or whatever it's called. I know it's called a different thing.
Right.
You know, they'll start at the bottom and sling up, and then like as soon as they get up to the top, somebody will like slide out and get hung up in between the strap and the bar and stuff. And it's just like, yeah, nope. No,
Right.
skydiving. Now, skydiving on the other hand, if I wasn't so afraid of heights, I would do it because I think the fall and getting closer to Earth is kind of cool, and the videos I've seen is kind of cool. But yeah, I couldn't do it.
I can't do most extreme rides. I think I put this in the comment section. I can't do most extreme rides due to the fact I'm very prone to motion sickness. So I just can't do
Oh,
it.
yeah, that's not
Yeah,
good. That's not good.
my
No.
husband and I went on a ride called the Kamikaze. It's going up and
Ooh.
flipping me upside down and everything, and I puked. It was
Ooh.
bad. It was
So
bad.
Callan is saying Isaiah said he likes putting peanut butter on the fish tacos.
Oh God.
Oh,
Dude.
God.
What?
That is disgusting.
That's gross.
I love peanut
He-
butter, but not on fish.
He is referencing something that happened yesterday after I was working the A's game where they gave me a plate of fish tacos because it was like leftovers,
Right.
and I just told and we were doing like a post show call together, and I forgot to mute myself, and what ended up happening was when the guy handed me my plate of fish tacos, I asked him like, "Hey, there's a jar of peanut butter by the bar. Could you pass that to me? I like to. A lot of people like using ketchup or salsa or guacamole or sour cream. I
Right.
tried this on a cruise where you put peanut butter on your tacos, and it was delicious. And so I was like, hey, give me that peanut butter, and I'll like put some on, not like the whole jar, obviously,
Right.
but put a little
Yeah.
bit on it, and it's actually not that bad. It's like gives you that creamy, sweet flavor to go along with the salty.
You must have had like a
Yeah.
5-star chef on that cruise ship you were on, Isaiah, to do something like that. I don't know.
I was doing my own cooking. That's
Oh,
what
you're doing
I-
your own cooking. Okay.
Dude, that is freaking. That is like.
It
Where
is disgusting. It's
like,
just the thought of
I
it is
would-
gross.
I legitimately want to know like where he comes up with this stuff.
I
Like
don't
that
know
is
either.
like the first. I'm like, what is Isaiah just like scrolling through Facebook and goes, "Let's see, tacos and peanut butter," or
Good
there's
idea.
Or he goes on
tacos,
Google and goes, "What
there's some peanut
ingredient would
butter.
go best with a taco?"
Exactly. I mean, it's just, like I know a lot of people like peaches and cottage cheese together. I can't do it. I love peaches, love cottage cheese. I just can't do it together. Now you got Isaiah over here talking about taking tacos and put peanut butter on there.
Ugh. And I'm not even the biggest fish taco fan. I would never do that.
Nah, fish tacos no.
No,
Oh.
I mean,
Yeah,
like the weirdest habit I have is like dipping my fish sticks in ketchup. I don't know. I just like it that way, but not
I
everybody.
I used to do
like it like
when I
that
was a
too.
kid,
Yeah.
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 I mean, it's delicious.
I mean, quick thought, since we're, this was brought up. What is kind of like your weirdest combination
Right.
of food? 2 foods or 3. Isaiah, you don't get to speak because we already know yours.
No, we already figured it's peanut butter and fish tacos.
Yeah.
And I already said fish sticks
So,
and ketchup.
since he
so
was
there you go.
talking about-
How that?
So since people were talking about tacos,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
here
I've tried.
I was curious, so I looked up some 8 weird taco fillings. Now this said 8 weird taco fillings that are actually delicious. So this makes me curious. So really quick, William saying fish tacos with arms. There you go. There you go.
Wow.
These are
Mm,
supposed to be like these two are supposed to be like delicious ingredients that supposedly are good.
Now, are
with
we talking just any taco, or is it like taco specific, like fish tacos or this?
No,
or
this is just
Chicken
like taco
tacos?
specific here.
Oh,
okay?
Yeah. So, sautéed zucchini tacos.
ooh.
Okay.
okay.
Huh, interesting.
Well, you would definitely have to be a veggie fan.
Yeah, or a vegetarian, and you still want to enjoy a good taco.
Is there any
Yeah,
meat
so
in
I'm
those?
guessing what they did is they fried up, instead of taco meat, they probably put zucchini in and made it as
Well,
the
it
meat
says-
portion.
Yeah.
So, if you're a fan of veggies, this one is for you. Sautéed zucchini adds in a fresh, juicy flavor and goes perfectly with any taco filling. Try adding sautéed zucchini to your
Oh.
chicken, beef, and vegetarian
Oh.
tacos to amp up the flavor.
Okay.
Okay, that might not be too
That's
bad.
interesting. And Ace is going in and out here.
Do, 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 do.
Oh
Do, 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 do.
God.
All right.
Oh my god, I'm going to get dizzy here.
Same here.
Whoa,
Make it
whoa!
stop!
This is like a 3D movie.
All right,
Woo!
Chris, can we
Whoa.
like
Like the
put
Twilight
him
Zone
backstage
here.
or?
Save us,
It's
Chris.
doing that on its own. I'm
Oh my God, this thing's glitch.
Oh,
His computer's gone
Ace's
insane
internet
here.
is possessed.
What if it's ended up
Oh.
developing a mind of its own and plugs itself into
Guys,
his
we
brain?
are so viewers. We are so sorry about this. It is an internet glitch.
The
Um,
StreamYard glitch.
It went out
Yeah.
of control.
his internet didn't even want to talk about tacos and the different
Oh my
kind of
God,
fillings
start
and
talking about
stuff.
tacos, the internet goes wacko.
Yeah. Wow. So
I'm gonna
believe this.
to see.
My
yeah, I
bad.
don't know,
Nuts.
Chris, if we can kind of get him off of.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Oh my God. The poor Ace.
Chris, why don't you run a
I
couple
can't.
ads again and then see if we can get him off of there, or run an
Okay.
ad and see maybe if we can get him off. We'll be right back, guys. Nope,
nothing
it's still not
happened.
working.
Nope.
God damn it.
All right. Again, viewers, we are so sorry for the tech. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Maybe Ace got off himself. So,
Holy moly.
I was
well,
having
it's kind of
a
interesting because I wanted to hear what the other toppings were. I mean,
I
You know,
did too. I was like, what other what
you know,
other topics can you do
zucchini
with a taco?
ain't that bad of a
Mhm.
thing. So,
Yeah.
God, I guess what kind of I don't know, Isaiah. Was there a agenda? Did he send one out, or we kind of just freeballing it?
No, we were actually gonna free ball tonight and just wing it. So
wing it.
So Isaiah, since you posted a picture, I think on your chat, how was the fireworks tonight? Must have been the most exciting thing that happened in Oakland A's baseball in recent weeks.
well, it was actually last night, but it was
Oh, okay.
it was actually country music fireworks night, and the funny
Music was playing.
the funny part about all of this was it was actually our highest drawed crowd of the season. We had like
So you got 3,000 people.
What's up?
So you got 3,000 people for fireworks night.
No, we got 6 times that. We got 19,000
Oh, so
for
you sold out?
Wow.
yeah, 19,000 for the fireworks night. But I mean, it was like really good because all the fans got to go onto the field. They played, the chicken fried song. They played
The chicken
they
fried
played-
song.
they played Old Town Road. And then I'm trying to remember
Chicken
the
fried
other
from
songs.
Is it Sweet Caroline? Sweet Caroline.
No, they actually didn't play that.
Oh, really?
Chicken fry. I know who Zach Brown band. That's the
Yeah.
one he's
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about.
yeah.
Okay, I did. I
Zac
hadn't
Brown
heard of
band.
that one.
You haven't heard that?
No,
Oh,
I'm
look
not the
it up.
biggest country music fan, so I probably wouldn't know a lot of country music.
Okay, gotcha. It's not a bad.
All right, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty good song actually. Trying to think the other songs that they played. I think they played. I'm guessing they played the Yeah, they played Old Town Road, and then.
And who sings that, Isaiah?
You know what? I don't want to like mess up and just like embarrass myself.
I know who
Did
sings that.
they play
Makes it-
Backstreet Boys? I wanted this player.
No, they
You wanna
actually
cry?
did. But I mean, I didn't watch like half of the fireworks show because I was just dead tired. I mean, I was manning a section that had a nearby couch, and I just sat down and I nearly fell asleep on that couch because I was just dead tired, which is something that is a big no for work. But yeah, I mean, the only thing that kept me from falling asleep is that you had this one giant loud firework that just went boom, and it just like shook. It literally shook the Coliseum. Like you could feel sitting down, like it was shaking. But yeah, if that didn't happen, I would have for sure fell asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
Wow.
only does A's baseball put you to sleep, but Isaiah watching fireworks puts him to sleep. All right.
Yes.
Okay, so I got a question to kind of get go off of this. What's
All
your
right.
favorite fireworks show to go to for 4th of July?
Ooh,
I know
that's a
we're
good
down
one.
the road, but
All I know, I do this every other year. I go to the local baseball stadium here for our Pioneer League team, the Great Falls Voyagers, and they do a fireworks show every 4th of July, regardless of whether the team wins or loses. And it's always a lot of fun. They play God Bless the USA. They play Born in the USA. They play Courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue. And the fireworks are always awesome.
Yeah, for me, it's typically, well, here at work we'll do a fireworks show and have a big block party here, so that's always nice to do. But outside of that, downtown they'll typically do fireworks to music.
yeah.
So if it's an upbeat song, there's blowing them off. If it's slower tempo, is here and there. So those are kind of cool. But honestly, the best fireworks I've seen, and I wish Tim Hendricks was on because he can verify this, is when I lived up in Michigan. We went up to what was at one time the highest ski jump in the U.S. and sat there, and you got to see at least 10 different fireworks shows going off at once.
Oh,
So
wow.
that was pretty cool.
So
Awesome.
you're like, I went to 10 shows at once.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I've done the block party thing, and saw fireworks from a show they were doing it at, so it wasn't too bad. I liked it. It's always nice to do stuff like that.
All right, Isaiah, how about you?
For me, I would probably say it would probably be the A's fireworks show because I don't know why, but they always have a game on the 4th of July, either weekend or week area or the week. And they always do a fireworks show 4th of July or July 3rd or July 2nd. And they're like they put on like one of the beautiful fireworks shows in all of baseball. It's just simply magnificent. In the years that I worked there, to see the fireworks show on 4th of July. So if you guys ever come to Oakland, I really recommend you 4th of July that week or that weekend to go to the A's fireworks show because they last year, I mean, they had a Statue of Liberty that they drew up on as a firework, which was really.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, really.
So
awesome.
Isaiah, so you're saying we should get there this 4th of July to watch Oakland because next year they'll be in Vegas.
Oh, God.
You
I
got
don't know
no
if that's
comment.
official yet.
I mean, we'll see what happens. But you already know me. I'm already quitting watching the team. I'm watching the Phillies all the time now. The A's are kind of.
You haven't quit watching the A's.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
you
haven't
work
quit
for the
watching
A's.
the A's, but they're not like my top team. They're like the team. I'm not really dialed into their games. I'm just like,
Well, honestly, you're not dialed into Philly either because recent posted that Philly wasn't going to win 60 games, and now they fired their manager. Now they're going to be on the way to the World Series from how you're thinking.
Right.
Well, I was a big opponent of them firing their manager, and I was really deeply hurt yesterday when it happened.
They needed to fire him anyway.
So I actually got the news or yesterday morning,
Just
and
like the rest of us.
yes,
Yeah.
and I had this was before I had an interview for a job, so I was like kind of down in the dumps because I like Girardi. I was a big fan of him when he got hired. I know this is not a sports show, but I mean, I had this dream for 10 years, back when he was managing the Yankees, that one day that he would come to Philly and be my Phillies manager, and we would win a World Series with him, and he would be enshrined in Phillies lore forever. And it was when he did get hired, I was so ecstatic. I remember I forgot where I was. I think I was at the Oakland Coliseum when the news broke that he was getting hired, and I was so excited that I just like ran one time around the outside of the Coliseum because I was just so excited. And then,
there is no way
yes,
you ran all the way around the Coliseum
doubt
once.
it.
because the
I-
Coliseum, when you're outside of it, it's actually not that big. Like on the inside, it might be huge, but on the outside, like you could easily run around it, and it'll take you like 5-7 minutes. But yeah, I mean, I label Girardi as the day the Patriots hired Belichick, or the day the Spurs hired Popovich, and I labeled
Oh
that
my
day
God.
Oh God, really?
All
I
right,
was
let's
Oh boy.
move
Okay.
off of sports here.
Yeah, let's
Um,
get off the sports
Okay,
topic
so we
because
just
I
had
think he's going to be
Memorial
going
Day.
off.
We just had Memorial Day, a lot of picnics, barbecues.
Yep.
4th of July, kind of the same thing. What's everybody's go-to food for big barbecues like that? Chrissy, we'll start with you.
I'll go hamburgers. I don't know. Just something about hamburgers is I don't know. I just like it.
Yep.
You get to put some
Okay, no,
ketchup, a
hamburger.
little mustard, eat it the way you want.
Yep.
I love it.
All right. Crispy bacon. How about you?
Hamburgers, hot dogs, some chips, just
Ooh.
little stuff like that.
Yeah, so the basic.
Yeah.
I'm dreading this one. Isaiah.
Oh no, it's going to be like some weird, wacky concoction.
This is easy. It's the apple pie with vanilla ice cream.
Okay,
everybody
that's not
talks
unusual.
about it's got to be the hot dogs, the hamburgers, all that stuff. I go straight for the dessert. I'd rather have dessert all day because I have such a sweet tooth. So for me, it's got to be that apple pie, fresh out of the oven. You put some vanilla ice cream. Oh my gosh.
Well, I'll give you credit. That is a good dessert, but
Really good.
all the barbecues I've gone to, I don't recall one person ever bringing ice cream and apple pie. I
Same
don't
here.
know.
Isn't
for
that
me, I
usually
mean, the
the 4th of
burgers, hot
July?
dogs, and honestly, for some reason, I don't know what it is. I'm not a big potato salad guy, but barbecue and potato salad and beans are always a hit with me. I don't know why. So.
I remember
But
some
guys,
barbecues.
we're still hoping, we hope Ace will get back on
Yeah.
soon. So we're kind of, I would hate the word stalling, but that's kind of
Yeah.
what we're doing until Ace gets back on.
Yeah.
But
I was going to mention
Chrissy,
some
throw out a
barbecues.
topic there. So what's on your mind? Throw out a kick it with Isaiah and Ace topic. What do you want to talk about?
You asking me or Chris?
Chrissy, you.
Oh, me.
You.
Okay. What am I thinking about? There's a lot of things I'm thinking about. And unfortunately, one of them is wrestling, but this is not a sports show, so we're not going to. This is not between the ropes. We're not talking wrestling. And Isaiah wouldn't know who I'm referring to anyway, so I'm just not going to go there.
All right.
I'm not going to go there. But there's just a whole bunch of things going on in my town. Like there's some new businesses popping up. There's construction on the main street going on all the time. We got
that's
swimming pools
happens
have
here in
opened up.
Minnesota too.
Yeah, we got school ended on Friday over here,
Yep.
so the big water park here in town was opened up, and it's pretty cool. I've been there a few times before they added everything else to it, but it's overall not a bad place.
Actually, I got something now.
Like, what are your guys' favorite places to go swimming during the summertime?
Honestly, I've always liked going swimming at lakes. I don't know why. I mean, the pools are nice too, but I guess the old beach and stuff like that. I mean, unless it's at a friend's house, I would prefer like a lake.
Yeah. They went to Florida
Isaiah?
and they went swimming in the Gulf of Mexico a little bit, and I was like, yes, this is nice.
You know, for me, and this probably would not have even been on my list if I didn't happen to go there a couple weeks
Right.
ago. But it's jumped from not being on my list to number one, and that is the Bahamas. Like, and Christy probably knows what I'm talking about. Like that, the water by Florida and the Bahamas, like in the summer, with how hot it is in both Florida and the Bahamas, with how humid it is, if you go into the water, it will feel like you're in a jacuzzi because that water is warm. It is not like freezing cold.
Well, just to let you know, Isaiah, I wasn't on like the Atlantic coast side of Florida, like Orlando, all that. I was in Tampa, the Gulf of Mexico side of Florida.
Oh, okay. Chris, how about you?
Exactly what you're saying, and it does feel that way.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I would say, but I remember when I was little, I swam at the Florida Keys.
Ooh.
when I
Okay.
was little.
Ooh, okay.
I would probably have to say there.
All right. Well, now we know that if we go to California, we can go swimming with the bees. So just throwing it out there. Anybody? I want somebody to report on how it is like swimming with bees. So,
Yeah.
but Christian brings up a point, a topic that throw it out there. School ended. How emotional? Maybe it was just senior year, but did anybody really get emotional every year, or was it just like at graduation? Did you get emotional when school finally was over? Chris out there was. Oh, well, now I feel like a butt bringing this up. So, Chris, how about you? How was it last day of school? I mean, that you can recall.
Maybe it was a little emotional, but I would probably think it'd be maybe relief because it could have been a struggling year. You could have had a bunch of hard tests, or maybe it's a little bit of maybe relief.
Isaiah Youngblood, what do you recall?
Well, first of all, I remember not listening to "I Want It That Way" by the Backstreet Boys, so I didn't cry. But in all seriousness, though, for my graduation, I remember that day itself. It was 102 degrees, and the worst part about it was our school district. There was 8 schools out of the entire school district, and I remember that each school had like an assigned allotted time for their graduation, and over 2 days, like I think 4 schools would do it the day that school got out, and then the other 4 would do it the very next day. And I was hoping for my school to have it like at nighttime, so it'd be like cooler and it would be a better scene. But unfortunately, my school had our graduation at 3 p.m. Pacific time, the day that school ended. So I was like, our school got out at like 12:30 because it was like a minimum day, and I was whisked away to go get dressed and everything, to put on makeup, and yes, I did put on makeup for my graduation.
Oh my God!
I had to make up my eyes, my eyelashes, but yeah, so we just got whisked away, and I mean, it was a rush because traffic was bad going there and getting out of school, and I just remember that it was just so hot, and you're wearing that green, like for my school we wore that green gown with a cap, and it was 102 degrees. It was peak hot weather, and I remember just sitting there with all my classmates, and we were just like roasting under the hot sun, and it was super uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, for me, I mean, each year, it was a blessing. I mean, but it was like an unknown for me because not because I was a bad student or anything, just rough times. Went to different schools almost seemed like every year, so I went to like 13 different schools in my whole schooling. And when it finally came to graduation, to me, it felt just a big relief. One, it's over, big accomplishment made. So, but happy graduation to all the seniors out there. Definitely don't take it too serious. Have fun. I mean, definitely, the next chapter of your life is going to begin. But Chris, let's bring up a comment from Lancaster there. If you won $1 million, what would the first thing you would buy? So, Chris, 100 million. I'm sorry. Yeah, 100 million. You're right. So, Chrissy, we'll start with you. $100 million. What are you buying first?
Oh boy. Well, probably get a new vehicle. That truck of my husband's is old. We need a new one. And we probably get our house upgraded, nothing fancy. And then just take a vacation. I haven't been on vacation in almost 6 years.
All right, Chris, how about you? What do you buy with the $100 million? First big purchase.
House repair, car repair, and then probably
Cowboy Super Bowl.
Some trip. Yeah. That's expensive, but possibly.
Oh, jeez.
All right, Isaiah, you get $100 million. What's the first thing you're buying?
This is very easy. The first thing I would do is I would spend $2 to go get myself a McDonald's iced caramel coffee. That is the first thing I would do. And, I would save some of that money that I won as like a fund. So every day I could just go to McDonald's and spend $1 to buy a cup of coffee. So it'd be like, I'll have my coffee fund stashed. And then I probably would buy a mansion, honestly, and buy the mountains too, because you're on the top of the mountain.
Buy the mountains.
I wouldn't do that.
Overlooking.
Chris, I want you to try mark the tape for about 46 minutes in, and Isaiah wins $100 million, and he's going to McDonald's to buy a $2 meal.
Yeah.
$2 coffee. Yes.
$2 coffee. For me, I'm kind of, I definitely would take care of my mom, but outside of that, for me, God, I definitely, I guess I go kind of like the Chrissy route and make sure all the bills are caught up. New car. I mean, we got new cars now, but
right.
Honestly, God, I don't know. $100 million. I mean,
imagine what you could do with it.
I'd probably put in, call up like a local franchise and be like, okay, I want to, buy in for. Yeah, probably. I mean,
minority owner of the Vikings.
I'll take like 90 million, and I want to put it in as a silent partner into a team or something. I mean, something like that. Definitely
Twins?
not going into McDonald's and buying a $2 cup of coffee. So.
Definitely not that.
Yeah. So, what else we got going on here? What is your guy?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. So, Lancaster, again, what is your biggest regret from high school or childhood? So, Chris, we'll start with you. What is your biggest regret from high school or childhood?
Not understanding algebra.
Okay.
Who the heck understands algebra anyway? I know I don't.
Yeah, no kidding. Isaiah, biggest regret from your childhood or high school?
For me, it's not joining the high school football team because our football team was so bad. We did not win a game from the time from 1989 all the way until like 2018. We had like a big drought of not even winning one game. So our team was so bad that eventually it got shut down. But when I was there, we didn't have much players on our team. I think we only had like a roster of 16 players, and you had like 11 guys that played offense. They would play defense as well. So I know that, like, even though I was like 110 pounds at that time, I was really skinny, and the opposing team probably could have just picked me up and just body slammed me on the turf. I probably would have made the team just because there's like not enough players. I could have just been the water boy, just giving everybody Gatorade. So that's like the one thing that I regret. And who knows? Maybe if I, had a great play or whatever, or ran a great route, or you know,
Do-do-do,
quarterback.
do-do-do.
It could have been, I could have afforded me a scholarship to a university and played in the NFL as a backup.
Oh Lord.
All
Be
right,
lucky
Christy,
if you
how
had
about
gotten a
you?
scholarship to a Division II school, Isaiah. For me, it's simple. It's dropping out of school.
Okay.
That's the biggest regret. But I did get my GED, and I did get to experience a kind of a graduation ceremony with the cap and gown and all that. And it was a big deal because at least I got that. At least I finished my education, and I was able to, move on from that.
Yeah, no, definitely for me. I mean, outside of the moving around, which like I said, couldn't control that, but just putting more effort into the studies. I kind of skated by, just got good enough grades to play sports and stuff like that. And I'll never forget sitting in where I graduated from, transferring into going into meeting the principal and stuff, and he's looking at my transcript and he's like, and I was a junior at the time, and he goes, well, looking at this right now, you don't classify as a junior. You're going to be a senior. You're going to be a sophomore again. And my aunt, who was taking care of me, because I moved in with my grandma, she looked at the principal, looked at me. She goes, "If you classify him as a sophomore, then you will not see him anymore because he'll be done with school." So, that definitely kind of changed my mindset of school my last year and a half. So, I would definitely focus more on the studies and stuff like that. So. Lancaster wants to know if we can do a karaoke night.
No, I can't sing. I don't think you want to hear.
I know we kind of joked around throwing that out there.
Yeah.
I would say never, but
Here, hey,
No.
I'll give him a
One of us
couple
will probably
lines.
end up singing "I Want It That Way," and Isaiah's going to be in tears.
I'll give him a couple lines. Country roads, take me home.
mute his mic.
Place I belong, West Virginia to London. Country roads.
West Virginia to London?
What?
There you
That's how
go.
it goes?
There you go.
No.
West Virginia to London?
There's
Yeah,
another
country
thing right
road.
there.
I thought it was West Virginia Country Road.
Yeah, that's what it is. West Virginia Country Road.
And the thing is Isaiah doesn't even know who sings that song.
No, he doesn't. If I said John Denver, he'd be like, who?
Who's
An
John
actor?
Denver? Who's John Denver?
He's asking who's John Denver.
And no, it's not. And Denver was not named after John Denver.
No.
The state.
City in Colorado.
Yeah, city.
No.
I thought it was I thought Country Roads was sung by the Iowa State band or whatever. It
No,
was created
Isaiah,
by
it was
them.
not. That song was
Oh
out
my
long
God.
before you were born, buddy.
Or I thought it was created by
No.
the U.S. band, the U.S. military band.
No. I've seen the good U.S. military bands in my lifetime. They don't play that.
All right.
They've
So
never played that as far as I know.
we'll close out the last comment here from Lancaster. Any summer plans? What's everybody looking forward to this summer? All right, Chrissy's shaking her head no. Chris, what about you? Summer plans? I mean, we already know that you Dallas fans are preparing for the Super Bowl parade
I'm just
round
waiting
in
for
Dallas.
training camp to get started. I'm not thinking about the Super Bowl.
I'm not either.
All right, Chris. So what do you got? Any big plans?
No, just trying to stay cool. Maybe do some swimming and I don't know, find things to do.
Well, just watch out for those swimming bees.
I know, right?
All right, Isaiah, how about you? Any summer plans?
Yeah, next week I'm actually going to go to San Diego for 4 or 5 days just to go
Are you gonna
down.
order a pina colada?
Yes, pina colada.
Oh, no.
Go
Watch
see
out.
my guy Callan McClurg invade his
Callan,
town.
watch out. He's going to order a pina colada.
Oh, Callan, do not take him to the San Diego baseball games when he's there. He's going to drink your team.
Go Padres. But yeah, San Diego, and then I don't know, maybe do some swimming at the beach and go watch the A's. Go watch the A's lose 100+ games.
All right. For me,
No summer plans. I'm going to be working. That's pretty much it.
For me, outside of work, we definitely family goes to the fairs. Got my annual family pig roast coming up. We do a beanbag tournament. Have a
Ooh.
roasted pig on the grill. Depending on
Sounds like
price. Sometimes it's just shredded pork that we do, but they try to do a pig. But get to see a lot of family, friends. But outside of that, yeah, just kind of kicking it. We're doing a little remodel or addition onto our house, so get to watch that in progress. But all right, guys, outside of that, let's go around the room and let's give our final thoughts here. Chrissy, how about you? Kick it off.
Thanks for letting me jump on, and it's always fun just to be a part of the show and just talking with you guys about anything, pretty much.
Oh yeah, Isaiah, how about you?
It was a great show. Ace, if you're watching, we miss you. Hopefully those internet issues are fixed so we can get back on the show. But, I'm really glad that Ace let me open up the show, because I remember my first time host or being a opener of the show, I butchered that thing like 3-4 times, and I kept noticing my mistake, but then I would repeat it again and again and again. And I even said the wrong name of the show. So I didn't do that today. So I guess I have graduated to being a competent opener of the program. So I'm feeling pretty good now.
All right, Chris, how about you? Final thoughts on what's going on in C2C?
Thanks everyone for watching, tuning in. Great things are coming to the network. Working things out, but we have a great lineup of shows to stay with Coast to Coast, and tune in.
Yep, exactly. Just like Chris said, thanks for everybody for viewing, commenting. Just keep checking out Coast to Coast. There's a lot of things in the works. Finalizing deals and paperwork, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, as they like to say.
Definitely.
Tomorrow, Sunday, we'll have Between the Ropes on. Definitely, you'll see Chrissy and Chris on that. Sooner or later, we will have a special morning tailgate. Just kind of working on getting some information from the guys together and some predictions. So check out with that. And like Chris said, just keep checking us out weekly. We got some great content. So with that being said, Isaiah, let's close it out. Then you close out the show.
All right. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching Chilling It.
Oh, are we gonna have to? You're gonna have to change the name here.
Kicking it with Isaiah and Ace here on the MLB.
Wow! All right. So thank you for tuning in to Kicking It with Isaiah and Ace on the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. We'll see you all next time. Have a good night.
Good night.